Thanks for joining us for this special episode of On the Move. I am William Harrell, President and CEO of Hampton Roads Transit, and we are coming to you today from Eggleston on Military Highway in Norfolk. Here at On the Move, we like to highlight what's going on in the 757 region, and we also like talking about important work that's being done by organizations like this one. For those of you who may not know, Eggleston has been providing education, training, and employment opportunities for persons with disabilities for more than 65 years, and that truly is an accomplishment. The organization has grown to include 33 programs across 22 locations throughout the region. We have a full panel of guests today lined up for you. First of all, we have Paul Atkinson Jr., Vice President of Business Operations, and we also have Kristen Ricks, Director of Marketing. And from Hampton Roads Transit, one of our very own, Amy Brazil, who's our Director of Contracted Services and Operation Analytics. Thank you all for being here, and to Eggleston for hosting us. We appreciate that. Now that we've had the introductions, let's go ahead and get started. And Paul, I certainly want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about where we are today and what actually goes on at this location.
I'd be glad to. Thank y'all for joining us, Mr. Harrell. So we're here at our facility on North Military Highway, so 3525 North Military, and we have 3 programs operating out of the site. We have our document services, so we have shredding available to the public between 9 and 2. We're available for drop-off, so people can come by. It's self-service, and they drop off their documents they need shredded. We also have shredding services for organizations, so they can use our services either for purges or for routine service, where we'll stock a bin at their business and get it picked up on a reoccurring frequency. So aside from shredding, we also have a day program. So individuals in the community who have support needs will come to us during the day, and they'll work on a bunch of things. So it's highly individualized, as are so many of our services. And they'll work with our direct support professionals to accomplish goals and access the community. And then the third program, which is admittedly closest to my heart, is our automotive center. So we take auto donations from the community who want to support Eggleston. They come to our facility, they're evaluated by our team of mechanics. We potentially make cost-effective repairs. We clean the vehicles and then ready them for auction. So we have auctions every other week, open to the public. Aside from our auctions, here we have an employment program where we train and employ detailers. So that's the direct mission connection, and all those vehicles that you see in the lineup at our auction, they've been cleaned by Eggleston employees here as part of our employment program. So you can come see the great work that they do. We also are responsible for the fleet at the Automotive Center, and since we operate a garage, we have retail automotive repair services available by appointment to the public.
Well, this is very exciting. There are a lot of wonderful things, as we've heard, that actually happen here. And I also want to take a moment to thank you for your very dedicated work to Hampton Roads Transit. Mr. Atkinson has chaired our paratransit committee and provided very valuable support to customers, and certainly served in that capacity with a great deal of integrity. So thank you so much for that. Kristen, can you tell us what it means to the individuals you serve to have a place like this to come to each and every day?
I'd be happy to. As Paul mentioned, we have different programs that we run out of here, so it's unique to each one. For many of the individuals, whether it be through our EAC program, the Automotive Center, or through our Document Destruction and Shredding program, it's a work opportunity. It allows them to come here. They not only get the pride of earning a paycheck and contributing back to their family and themselves. A lot of times it can give them the financial independence to maybe move out and get their own apartment, maybe be able to save up and get an automobile of their own. So for them, a lot of it is about developing a more independent life and hitting their own personal goals. Many of the people in our day program, you come for the similar goals. They're trying to meet their own personal goals. Everything is very person-centered. It's their choice and what are the activities they want to work on. For some of them, it's about creating friendships, creating, natural supports in the community, people who can understand them and get along with them, and getting to explore different parts of the community and going out and about doing fun things, whether it be visiting museums, going to lunch, spending the day at the beach, going to a ball game, the same kinds of things that you and I might want to do. The day program gives them that opportunity. It also works on life skills, how to count money, how to, keep up with the weather and knowing how do I dress? The weather's going to be hot or cold in the morning and hot in the afternoon. It's all about creating independence. So and we're very grateful to Hampton Roads Transit, especially the paratransit, because many of the people, both in our work programs and our day programs, take advantage of your services to get to and from here every day. So we're very grateful to have your organization in place.
Well, thank you so much for that recommendation, and actually that's a very nice segue. We have, as I mentioned before, Amy Brazil here, and if you could address for us, talk a bit about paratransit services for those who may not know exactly what type of service we're speaking of.
Sure, and thank you for having me. So our paratransit service is for members of our community who qualify and are otherwise unable to take advantage of our fixed route services due to their disability. This service operates by appointment only, is in operation 7 days a week, and is $3.50 per ride for them to get here.
Fantastic. I'm going to bring Paul back into the conversation for a minute. Can you talk about how important paratransit is for this organization and how that fits in?
Yeah, certainly. It's in the name, Hampton Roads Transit. Much like your organization, we're hyperlocal, so we're here to service Hampton Roads, and we need to get around this region. So all the modalities are used by Eggleston employees and program attendees. So, paratransit's at the forefront. As an organization, we uniquely service a population that takes advantage of paratransit services, but we can't overlook fixed route. Our employees take the bus. Fixed route is used as well. Whether our employees do or do not have a disability, fixed route may still be the best modality for them. And then, we operate in Norfolk and Portsmouth, so maybe not for work, but certainly for recreation. I know our employees have used the ferry. We live in and around the light rail, so that's used as well. And even things like microtransit have been appreciated by our organization. So whether it's at work here at Eggleston or recreation or other forms of community access, efficient and accessible public transportation is important to us as a region, and people with disabilities are part of the region. So thank you for the service you do.
If I
Yes,
could even
please.
add one piece to it, we've even gone so far knowing how valuable the fixed routes and paratransit options are to the community that we serve. When we are looking for potential new buildings, we make sure they fall within the routes. We have to be within 1 mile of the routes to make sure that we can stay accessible for the people that we work with. So we actually take into consideration your fixed route schedules before we look at purchasing a building.
Well, that's so exciting, and we feel very strongly as we pursue our mission to make sure we get people to where they need to go. So that's very exciting, and we also tell individuals, even if they choose not to ride Hampton Roads Transit Services, chances are you rely on someone who does.
Mm-hmm.
Amy, can you talk to us a bit about the expanding of the paratransit fleet? We've been working very hard through our capital improvements program to add vehicles to make sure we can address the demand that's there. Can you speak to that, please?
Sure, very exciting. We recently added 20 new Chrysler minivans to our fleet. It brings us to right around 100 vehicles. Those vehicles help us meet our service demands, especially during those peak times where the customers need to travel the most. So we're very excited about having those opportunities for the new vehicles.
And we certainly hope to expand that further in the future. And thank you for your work that you do for us. Kristen, we're going to give you the last word here. I wanted to circle back to you. Can you talk about any new initiatives you have going on and how the community can get involved?
Definitely. We just finished our OK 5K this past weekend, so that's one down, but we are going to be hosting an event at our garden center in Norfolk on July 8th. It's open to the community. It's an Inclusion and Independence cookout. So we'd love to have people from the community come out and spend some time with us. It's going to be, like I said, July 8th from 12 to 4. There's going to be music and food and games. They'll have some of our master gardeners teaching lessons about different gardening activities. So crafts, stuff like that. So a great time for, just the community to come out and get together and spend some time. Would love to see everybody out then. But on from day to day, we're always looking for people who, there's a variety of ways you can get involved with organizations like Eggleston. Volunteering, we always have needs for volunteers. We are looking for businesses who want to hire some of the individuals that we serve. We have a community employment program that would help pair businesses with adults with disabilities, helping them find the right fit. We also have, there's always just donations of time, talent, and treasure. Any of those, there's a variety of different ways, but I would definitely say check out our website, egglestonservices.org, learn a little bit more about us, and see how, we might be able to get connected.
Well, fantastic, and I've learned that concept, time, talent, and treasure. That's something all of us can do. If you don't have resources to give, you certainly have your time. And you certainly can volunteer, so we certainly appreciate that. And thanks for the heads up on the 5K. I need to start training for next year, so
Yeah.
We appreciate that. And we'll also make sure we include as part of this video all of the information that Kristen shared so that you can get involved as well. I certainly want to thank Mr. Atkinson, as always, Ms. Ricks, and certainly HRT's finest, one of them, Amy Brazil. Thank you so much for being part of this special episode on location of On the Move. I'm William Harrell, and I look forward to seeing you next time.